Good morning, children. I welcome you to my first session of class 6 biology. Children, I am your biology teacher Shalini Shrivastava. Children, in class 5 you have read science as a subject. Now in class 6 the science is divided into three main branches and these are physics, chemistry and biology. Now I am going to teach you biology and in the starting you find it difficult, but later on you will find it interesting. Now I am showing you your biology book. This is your biology book. See, and I am going to take your first chapter, and that first chapter is the parts of the plant. This is your first chapter. Now let me start up with the first chapter.
Start.
Now children, today we are going to study about the parts of the plant. Now you can see this plant. Plant has two parts. One is under the ground, one is above the ground. The above the ground part is known as shoot and under the ground part is known as root. You can see this is root and this is shoot. You can see what does the shoot bears? Shoot bears flower, leaves and branches which is coming out from here. You can see these are the branches. So these are the different parts of the plant. Root, shoot and leaf. Now root system. Root is the underground non-green part of the plant. You can see it is non-green part, it is underground part. It develops from radicle of the seed. Now comes what are the functions of the root? The function of the root, it anchors plant in the soil. Second function, it absorbs water and minerals from the soil. And third, it prevents soil erosion. This root binds the soil. You can see soil particles are attached to the root. Now children, you can see the shoot system. Shoot is the aerial part of the plant. It develops from plumule. It bears stem, branches and leaves. You can see leaves are there. Branches are arising from here. Leaves, branches and leaves, flowers are there. So these are the parts of the shoot system. Now functions of the shoot, that it keeps the leaves spread out for sunlight. You can see the leaves are spreading out for sunlight. And second function of the shoot is it transports water and minerals from the root to the leaves and the food prepared from the leaves to the stem. Now children, we are going to study about the structure of the leaves. You can see this is leaf. Leaf is attached to the stem and it arises from the nodes. You can see this is leaf. It arises from the nodes of the plant. This is the node of the stem and from where the leaf is arising. And this leaf, it forms a midrib. From here, you can see it is attached to the stem by a short petiole. It is also known as leaf stalk. This petiole extended as a midway into the leaves and gives out the side veins. And this is the expanded part of the leaf. This expanded part of the leaf is known as leaf blade. And this margin of the leaf is known as leaf margin. And this is the leaf apex and this is the leaf base. Base of the leaf is known as leaf base. Sometimes you see small leaf-like structures are present at the node and this leaf-like structures are known as stipules. Function. Now children, just now you have studied about the parts of the leaf. Now here what are the functions of the part? Petiole, it connects leaf blade with the stem. You can see petiole, it connects leaf blade to the stem. Then leaf blade, this is the expanded part. It is meant for the photosynthesis. Then midribs and the veins. You can see here midrib is there, veins are there. And what is the function? They distribute water and minerals to each and every part of the leaf and it supports the leaf. And third is that it distributes, the leaf is preparing food and it is distributed, it is taken, it is transported by these veins to the different parts of the leaf. Now just now I told you the function of the petiole is to attach the leaf to the stem. Now I am telling you sometimes the leaves are having petioles and this type of leaf is known as petiolate leaf and sometimes these petioles are absent. When it is present, it is the dicot leaf, and when it is absent, as you see in this, these are the leaves and you will not see any petiole. So this is directly attached to the stem, and this is the example of the sessile leaf. So when petiole is present, it is known as petiolate leaf. When petioles are absent, it is known as sessile leaf. Example of sessile leaves are the monocot plant as grasses. Very commonly, all of you have seen that grasses. So grasses are the example of the sessile leaf. Now just now I told you that each leaf is supported by the veins. The distribution of veins are different in different leaves. All of you know that two types of plants are there. One is known as dicot and one is known as monocot. In dicot, arrangement is different. In monocot, arrangement of veins are different. In dicot, you can see this is the reticulate venation. In this, there is a network of vein. You can see one mid vein is there. It is divided into many side veins, and these side veins are irregularly arranged on the leaf blade. You can see in this, they are irregularly arranged on the leaf blade, and this type of arrangement is known as reticulate arrangement. Examples of reticulate arrangements are the hibiscus, mango, jamun. They all are the dicot plants. And second type of venation is known as parallel venation, in which the veins are parallel to each other. You can see in this one vein, either they can arrange parallel to one another. So that is the parallel venation. Example of parallel venation are banana, canna and grasses. Just now I told you each leaf is having the long expanded part, and that is known as that leaf blade. Thus sometimes this leaf blade is single and sometimes it is divided. So this is the leaf margin. When the leaf margin is entire and not incised or not cut into the pieces, this type of leaf is known as simple leaf, in which the single lamina is there and it is not divided. So that type of leaf is known as simple leaf. I am giving you the example. I am showing you the example. This is the example. Two examples of this is hibiscus, and some examples are hibiscus. They are having the simple leaf. You can see these two are the simple leaves. And second type of leaf is known as compound leaf, in which the leaf lamina is incised up to the midrib and leaf is divided into many leaflets. So these are the compound leaf. Example of compound leaves are the neem leaves. All of you have seen neem leaves. Neem leaves are the example of the compound leaf. In this compound leaf, the lamina is incised up to the midrib. It is divided into leaflets. These are the leaflets. Now, I told you the leaves are arranged on the stem, and this arrangement of leaf on a branch or twig or stem is known as phyllotaxy. So what is phyllotaxy? Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaf on a branch or a twig, and that is known as phyllotaxy. You can see this one leaf is present at one node, another one is at opposite side, another node, and then another leaf. So this arrangement is known as phyllotaxy. Now children, with this we come to the end of this session, and now I am giving you the assignment, and I hope that everyone will complete the assignment and submit the assignment when the school will get open. Now children, this is the assignment 1 and topic leaf. Now these are the different questions. First question is what is leaf? Second, draw the diagram of a simple leaf and label all its parts. Third is the differentiate between simple and compound leaf. Fourth is the what do you mean by venation. And fifth is the what are the different types of venation. Give 2 examples of each. And sixth is petiolate leaf, phyllotaxy, sessile leaf and simple leaf. Now children, copy down all these questions in your copy and write the answers. And if you are not having your copy, please write it in the rough copy. And I am requesting you take the screenshot of this assignment so that you will have the question with you and give the answer. So children, thank you, and we